Yo, what's good? How about them Blue Jays, hey? But we'll get back to that in a minute. First, I want to show you what I worked on today, which is I finished up just the behavior for the first phase of the boss fight in Act 2. So as I mentioned, I think yesterday, my plan for this boss fight is to have one phase that's very similar to the first boss fight where you're just skirmishing back and forth. You are clashing swords and dodging each other and whatnot. And then that will get interrupted once you survive long enough. I'm thinking like 10 or 20 seconds. And then it'll go into phase 2 where the boss will stop the fight and be like, I got a better idea. And then one of these guys is going to walk out and shoot a gun at Damien, and then he's going to deflect it at you, and you're going to get into kind of back and forth tennis match with a bullet that's going to get faster and faster until hopefully you survive long enough for it to hit him. So I just implemented the behavior for the first half, not the tennis match part of it. Let's see what that looks like. So I'll show you how the fight goes if you have it memorized. Wait, hold on. So you'll notice right off the bat there, he does something a little extra. Well, that's roughly how it goes. You saw the couple of cycles there of attacks, and then it'll loop over and over again. Like I said, I'm thinking for like 10 or 20 seconds before you enter into phase 2. So it mostly goes the way the Goemon boss fight does. There are only two major differences. One is, as you may have noticed with that beginning part, he throws in a dodge occasionally. That's something Goemon doesn't do at all. So instead of directly attacking you, sometimes he dashes to your left or to your right, and then you have to either dodge out of the way once he goes to attack right after that, or you can try to attack back. Doesn't matter either way. So he does a dodge, then an attack. So basically he alternates between straight attacks and occasionally going to your flank and then attacking you. But it's still a consistent pattern, consisting first of a dodge and an attack, then 2 attacks in a row, and then he does an attack followed up with a dodge and an attack. And it's just those 3 patterns on repeat. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then the only other difference is the fact that it's not actually possible to kill him. You'll just have to survive during this fight and make it to the tennis match part, which is where you get your opportunity to kill him by simply surviving the tennis match. So pretty cool. Pretty happy with it. Feels cool. It could be, maybe with the dodge stuff thrown in, a little tricky for players to figure it out. It's pretty challenging, but you don't really have to know exactly what's going on. I mean, you can hypothetically survive by just dodging every time, I think. The dodging on its own doesn't work necessarily when he dodges first, because that might trip you up, because maybe you dodge his dodge and then he attacks you and that'll still kill you. So even if players try to kind of, because you can sort of cheese the fight but just always dodging out of the way of the attacks, so players will still at least have to pick up on the fact that sometimes he does the fake out first before going for the straight attack. But yeah, otherwise this gives players some freedom in deciding how they want to approach it, as long as they can survive long enough. So hopefully they can figure it out. I don't think it should be too bad. I guess I'll find out in testing. And so tomorrow, I am hoping to do the second phase of it and then have the prototype completely finished. Of course, I may not have time to completely finish it tomorrow because I'm going to that concert. I'm going to the Streetlight Manifesto concert. real pumped about that. But if I don't get it done tomorrow, I'll get it done Monday night for sure. And either way, I think tomorrow night's video is going to be the last of this series. I think I'll wrap it up tomorrow. So I'll have more to say about that then. It's been quite a journey. But, yeah, I think it's time to step into... it's not serving the purpose that I originally wanted for it, and it's time to step into something else. Oh, and the Blue Jays game. That's what I was going to talk about. So I'm not really a baseball watcher usually, but I knew anytime you hear about a Toronto team getting far, I mean, you got to watch if you're from there. So it was a pretty fun game, pretty intense up until those last few. I mean, the last few innings were all really exciting and intense, and then I gotta say that ending was very anticlimactic. It's just a very standard play, and the game's just over, and it's too bad. But again, I don't really watch well enough to know, but maybe that means they can get back there again next year if they made it this year. Who knows? Either way, it was a great game. Unfortunately, a little disappointing. And my heart goes out to baseball fans, Toronto Blue Jays fans everywhere who were disappointed tonight. And the clock goes back an hour tonight, so that's pretty sweet too. So, yeah, that's it for tonight. And I'll see you tomorrow for a very special episode.